The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org.
Our May meeting of the German Genealogy Group of Northeast Texas. We are a special interest group of the Dallas Genealogical Society. I'm here with my co-leader, and Roy here. She'll be monitoring the chat during the session. We have a handout that's available on the website and probably a couple of times during the presentation, and we'll put a link to that also in the chat. So that's another way you can refer to that. So it has lots of number of links and all the key points that we'll include in the presentation. So again, you can find the Dallas Society at dallasgenealogy.org. And then you can find us by choosing events, special interest groups, the German Genealogy Group. That will take you to the page for our group, and you can see how to contact us. Also, the link to our Facebook group. And we do, in between our meetings, we post a lot of information on that Facebook group. So we encourage you to join that. To join it, we ask you to answer just a couple questions just to filter out people that are really, really interested from folks that may be trying to sell you something or who knows what. And then we have the link there you can see for meetings. And that includes recordings of our past meetings as well as our upcoming meeting. All our meetings, or nearly all our meetings, are hybrid, virtual, and in person here at the library. And we record most of our meetings. So you can go back and find, even from sort of right before pre-COVID days when we started, already the recordings of all those meetings as well. Those are freely available to you, as are the Dallas Genealogical Society other meetings, although we do encourage you to become a member and help to support both the society and the library here, which allows us to meet. There's our Facebook group. When I last looked, we were up to 171 members, the Genealogy Group of North Texas. Now we have a quick poll just to see quick attendance, see who all we got here. And I'll launch that in just a second. And I'll proceed on. Here's always let you know some upcoming webinars and seminars that may be of potential interest. And notice to say some have already been posted to our Facebook page. Anne does a really great job of putting those on there as the time for each of those approaches. But this will give you just a way to sort of mark your calendar. Starting on Monday, from the Michigan Germanic Genealogical Society, there's Finding Prussian Ancestors in Online Archives. The speaker is Nancy Lowe. She's Sassy Jane Genealogy, which you may have heard of. And they ask that you send an email to that email address, information at MIGGS, Michigan Germanic Genealogical Society.org, and they'll get back to you with a link to the meeting. That'll be on Monday, so you want to do that today, if not tomorrow. The Genealogical Society of Pennsylvania next Thursday at 6 o'clock our Central Time here in Dallas. Thomas McKee talking about translating, transcribing, and summarizing documents using artificial intelligence. This is the sort of new revolutionary thing that's now sweeping through genealogy. This is not specific just to German, but again, you can now start to use some of these AI tools, some of which are freely available, some have small charges. And the registration for that meeting, there's the big long link. And again, that'll be, you can look for that in our Facebook page as well. The German Community Forum has a meeting next Saturday in the morning, 9 o'clock Central Time. Carol Swinehart, the Ohio chapter of Palentine's to America, how to find information for the 13 Landkreise in Germany. And again, that's another one where you send an email to the address, notice what to put on the subject line, and they will get back to you with the link to the meeting. These are all at no charge. The Mid-Continent Library will be doing a talk also next Saturday in the afternoon on Polish genealogy research. That includes Russian Poland, East or West Prussia. Learn the techniques, resources, how to deal with the records. The National Archives every year does a genealogy series of talks in several different weeks. These are free with no registration. The first one will start on May 21st. The last one you can see there will be on June 25th. I've sort of highlighted the two probably of most interest to us, captured German records related to American prisoners of war, and alien files researching immigrant ancestors at the National Archives. All these sessions will play a recording, but the speaker will be available at that particular day and time to answer questions. And then the recordings will be available for some time after that. The Sacramento German Genealogical Society on Tuesday, the 28th, Family Research in Schleswig-Holstein, the challenges and how to overcome them. And there's the link to how to register for that. That'll be at noon our time. The Southern California Genealogical Society next month in the afternoon on a Saturday, military conscription in the Kingdom of Poland. The Computer Assisted Genealogy Group of Northern Illinois also has one on the 15th. That will be James Beidler, a well-known author, genealogical researcher, talking about German genealogy sources beyond the basics. So have you heard of all the monographs, books, full-blown series? Do you know how to use them? That was a $5 charge for non-members of that society. If you go there right now, you can see the link to the information. When I checked it earlier this week, the register button was not yet there, but it should appear in a couple weeks at least. Near the end of June, the St. Louis Genealogical Society will talk about the German social organizations that were there in St. Louis. The Germans, when they came over, had all sorts of social clubs, from singing, from shooting, athletics, literature, you name it. St. Louis was a one big hotspot for that. And you can see there's the link to that Zoom meeting, which is free. The St. Clair County Genealogical Society, following an ancestor with a German farm name, the Hoff names. I gave a talk earlier this week, and somebody was talking about they had someone whose surname ended in Hoff, and we discussed a little bit the idea of the farm names, where you didn't keep the surname, and even if the man married a woman who had inherited the farm from her father, he would often take the name of the farm as that name, and that would also be the name of the children. And then the next owner of the farm would also take that name. So you have to pay a little bit careful there. If the same name doesn't mean the same family, and names changing as they go on the farm. And then Catherine Schober has now begun offering a sort of webinar on demand on locating German records beyond family search and ancestry. This is freely available. Our Facebook page has that connection link. And every time I click it to look to see what's happening, it looks like there's a countdown clock of less than 15 minutes. And then it will play again. At the end, she does offer some discounts, and it says those would be available. So that's sort of on demand for at least the next few weeks. one of her more popular webinars that she just decided to make freely available on demand. The Dallas Genealogical Society has their seminar series. In July will be Nikita Sewell-Smith, The Legacy of Forced Removal, Finding Formerly Enslaved and Indigenous Kin. And then in the fall, at the end of September, Blaine Bettinger, well-known genealogist, working now a lot with DNA, autosomal analysis tools for finding your ancestors. So those, you can get links to those from the Dallas Genealogical Society site.
Let me interrupt you just a minute. There's a correction on one of the slides. The German Community Forum is at 11 a.m. The time zone was converted. It's at 10 Eastern, which is
9.
At 9 here. They're an hour ahead of us, right? Okay, is that right? Is it 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe 9. Okay, sorry. And also, Dorothy wants to put in chat her her society's meeting. So go ahead, Dorothy, and put that in chat. Sorry, go ahead.
And Dorothy, for future reference, if you can email those to us before the meeting, we can include as one of the slides that will then be also in the recording. When we look on your website, it only, I think, has the May meetings, and you folks meet, I think, before we do. So if you can email those to us, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'll be happy to do that, because I mean, we meet on the first Friday of the month, and then by the afternoon of that first Friday, our webmaster already updates our webpage to show the next meeting. But I'll go ahead and put the information into the chat and hope that you can join us.
Okay, thank you, Dorothy.
You're welcome.
Okay, our next meeting, we take the summer off, will be on Saturday, September 14th at our regular 10:30 a.m. Central Time. The speaker will be Gunther Offner. He is the president of Familia Austria, and he will be talking about the genealogy and history of the Habsburg Empire. There was the Holy Roman Empire, which was in the west, and the Habsburg Empire in the right. I put a map up here on the slide as well. And if you can make out the legend, the light green, certainly in Western Austria, but you can see there's other spots where we're primarily German enclaves. So that's, and it's sort of different. It's a different empire. They did things differently. And he will be covering that in our next meeting in September.
This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.